I welcome everybody to our graduate program presentation day. We will have short presentations from each subdivision in our department. This presentation will be in English and intended for international potential graduate students that will study in our department for their master's or Ph.D. I don't want to spend too much time, but I thought it might be a good start to start with Google Earth. So as you would all know, this is Turkey, and Ankara is the capital of Turkey, located at the center. And Ankara being in the middle of Anatolia, it is usually a dry climate, about 1,000 meters high from the sea level. And looking at the city, the only forestry area is our campus. We have a very large campus of, I don't know the area, but quite large. So we have a lake, even a large lake in our campus. And all of these forests are man-made. Actually, since the last 65 years from the start of METU, Middle East Technical University, students and faculty have been planting trees. So our department is quite large. We have distributed over 7 buildings and 53 faculty members, about the same number of teaching assistants, research assistants, and about the same size. So total of about 150 staff members. So here are our faculty members. It's a very large, powerful department. And this is the buildings with the labels. So most of these are laboratories. And each department will make their own presentations. So without spending too much time, let me obey the time constraint and leave the floor to our faculty.
Okay. Well, after this introduction, I want to mention a few things about our department. As our chairman mentioned, our department was established in 1957. We have a long history. Every year we graduate about 49 masters and 9 PhD students from our department. Yearly distribution can be seen here. 53 full-time faculty members, and most of our faculty members receive their PhD degrees from abroad, or they have spent some time doing research in universities abroad, and they have connections with these universities. Some examples are shown on the screen. We have 8 research fields that are spread over 6 buildings in laboratories. These areas you will hear in a minute: construction engineering and management, construction materials, geotechnics, coastal and ocean engineering, hydraulics, water resources, structural engineering, and transportation. You will hear from them in a minute. How the application procedure for the master's and PhD degrees are done. They are done through the Graduate School of Natural and Applied Sciences, FBE METU DTR. The deadline for applications is June 25 this year. You just go to the website and take a look to the admission criteria and rules. You will see that some basic minimum criteria are given there. For example, English score or the graduate exam score and minimum BS degree, cumulative GPA, and so on. For the master's applications, we receive 2 choices from the students from the research fields that are shown on the screen. Students make a choice. My first preference is this area. My second preference is this area. However, for PhD, we receive only 1 research field indication from the students. For the master's program, we have 6 elective courses, 1 must course and 1 seminar course, and the thesis. The duration is typically minimum 2 years and maximum is 3 years. For the PhD, typical durations are 4 to 7 years, maximum limit is 7 years. We have a pre-qualifying exam in the first semester that are basically from the undergraduate courses, 6 elective courses to be taken, and the PhD qualifying exam from the research field of the student. than a PhD thesis, and students will be admitted only if there is a faculty member who would like to carry out a PhD thesis with that student. Now with this, I finish and leave the floor to Ayşegül Hocam, Alp Hocam for structures.
Hello, everyone. Today, we will introduce structural lab with Alp Hocam.
Yes, I will ask a couple of questions to Ayşegül Hoca. That's our setup. So, Ayşegül Hocam,
Yes,
can you tell me what are the keywords that describes the structures laboratory, mechanics laboratory?
okay, sure. You can see my screen, can you? Yes, okay. So some keywords, actually the basic keywords I choose to describe our lab is a place where we perform any process related to the design and analysis of structures and any type of structures using experimental, computational, mechanics related, data science related, analytical approaches to deal with the design and analysis. This is our lab. And these are some studies from the lab, actually, physical and computational and related to health monitoring.
And can you give us some highlights on structures lab?
Okay, sure. Well, it's a place where we use novel methods related to reinforced concrete and steel structures to begin with. We have structural optimization, computational mechanics, earthquake engineering, bridge engineering, structural health monitoring, engineering seismology, and several methods, statistical and computational, based on actually data sciences. We have faculty with expertise in the major topics of structural mechanics known worldwide. We have been performing international projects and collaborations for many years. Some of our joint projects on education and research are with Japan, USA, and several countries within Europe. Our objective is to guide expert researchers during their PhDs and to educate and guide engineers with higher degrees. And we use, as I said, analytical, experimental, and numerical solutions with our expert faculty.
Ayşegül Hocam, can you give us provide some statistical numbers about our structures lab?
Sure. These are some rounded numbers from the recent years that we obtained from our lab director, Professor Cem Topkaya. We have 18 faculty as of now. We have 12 teaching assistants. We have 4 people for technical support in the lab. Around 25 per year is our journal paper, actually publications. We admit around 40 students per year to our lab for graduate studies, and around 75% of the admitted students actually do graduate. That's a good rate. And we offer, in addition to the undergraduate courses, of course, and the 4th-year classes, we offer around 11 graduate courses. And these courses involve advanced techniques in actually reinforced concrete and steel, base isolation, optimization, structural reliability, highway and railway infrastructures, finite element methods, earthquake engineering, structural dynamics and experimental methods, nonlinear structural analysis, nonlinear finite elements, and fiber reinforced concrete courses. Our basic aims, as we summarize in this little box, of course, graduate education and research is beyond these, but very basic aims: we want to publish, we want to do research, we want to take projects and finish them and get patents if possible. And the students' aims are, of course, to prepare a thesis in addition to an advanced learning of structural mechanics, and the title they obtain. They become they get a master's degree, they become doctors. So I think this summarizes most of our lab in 3 minutes, Alp Hocam.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the
Hocam.
questions. Thanks.
Yes.
Thank you. Now we can go to Construction Management Division. Aslı Hocam.
Hello. Let me share my screen. Okay, dear all, today I will provide you brief information about the Construction Engineering and Management Division's graduate studies. As you may know, construction industry actually has a big share in the global economy. However, it has a very complex nature and it's fragmented and unique. Therefore, it requires advanced management skills and techniques. To address these needs, our division is established in the late 1960s, and we have strong ties with the industry. And also we do a lot of collaborative research, both with the industrial partners and also interdisciplinary research with different divisions or different disciplines available in our industry. We also are a pioneering lab in adopting the technological advancements, since we aim to improve the processes in our industry and to have a better productivity. We actually a good follower of the new technological developments, and we implement them during our research studies. If we look into the research areas, we can see that our faculty members and our grad students are actually doing research in many different fields under the construction engineering and management, but we can try to group them under planning and contracting aspects, where we look into the time and cost management and the financial aspects of our work, as well as legal and contractual aspects dealing with the claims and disputes, etc. We also deal with the construction phase specifically, where we look into the progress monitoring, site management, health and safety, and quality aspects. Here we also implement newer approaches like lean construction to again improve the construction process and reduce waste. For supporting different kind of decisions, we do have an expertise in risk management, strategic management. We implement sustainability aspects in all phases of the life cycle, and also look into the operation and maintenance after we finish the construction process. To do these, we also implement lots of information technologies. Building information modeling is in the core of these digitalization of the construction, as well as artificial intelligence using of different sensors, laser scanning, vision technologies, and robotics are also these different aspects we include to do research in these areas that I just explained. As you can see, we have 6 full-time faculty members. You can see brief information about their main research areas, and you can see that those different faculty members are actually working in different areas that I just explained to you. We also have 4 research assistants currently working in our lab. They are also master's and PhD students. If we look into the courses offered, we have listed also 4-year courses, as 2 courses can be taken during the master's studies, as well as the other graduate courses. As I mentioned, we have strong ties with the industry, so we have part-time faculty members giving courses, especially in the practical aspects of construction management, where they can share their expertise in the business case. We also have a main area of the courses you can see, project and construction management, where we look into planning, time management, financial aspects again, risk management, advanced planning, sustainability, and lean construction. We do have an aspect of looking into construction law, where we have FIDIC or strategic contract management, and where we look into the legal aspects, and information technology related courses like building information modeling and IT in construction. And these different information technologies and other new methodologies are also studied in different courses that you see the list here, not only with IT courses, but other courses also actually describe you newer methods in the industry. You can see the different example projects and thesis work examples in the personal web pages of our faculty members. I just want to show you some maybe tangible examples of how we actually address these areas. And you can see that we do work in development of computer-aided tools for visualizing complexity, or we look into smart built environments, or using sensors or IoT in detecting the fall from job sites. We do work with smart contracts, AI-based safety assessment, IT-based portfolio assessment, or BIM-based automation progress monitoring using robots. So these are some examples. And if you have questions, we can give you some more details about our studies. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Dear candidates, I am Emre Haspolat. I am one of the research assistants in Me2 Hydraulics Laboratory. Today I will present a hydraulics laboratory with one of our instructor, Dr. Elif Oğuz. The Me2 Hydraulics Laboratory was founded in 1964, and our laboratory is one of the largest hydraulics laboratory in Turkey. It has a 3,000 meter square main hall and 2 secondary halls having a 19 meter square area. In hydraulic laboratory, there are 2 underground reservoirs which have 800 meter cube capacity. Also, there are several pump stations which have various capacities. In addition to that, hydraulic laboratory has its own machine shops and equipments for the construction of the models. Let's have a look at our laboratory from our balcony. This is the left side of the hydraulics laboratory, and this is the right side of our hydraulic laboratory. And let's continue with what we research or investigate in our hydraulics laboratory. There are many hydraulic models for academic research and private institutions. You can see the photographs which belong to a Master of Science and Ph.D. students of the students. Now I want to show that some important model studies of dam structures. In the left side, you can see the model study of the Deriner Dam spillway, and in the right side, you can see the model study of the Yamula Dam spillway. And it is the another an interesting model study of the different kind of spillway. This is the model of the Aşağı Kaleköy Dam spillway having a labyrinth crest type. Let me mention our laboratory equipments. Our laboratory has many equipments to be used in hydraulic studies. For instance, we have portable ultrasonic electromagnetic flow meters, electronic force, pressure, and acceleration transducers, and also ADV and ultrasound bed level profilers, etc. And hydraulic laboratory has its own computer laboratory and licensed software such as ANSYS, Fluent, Flow3D, and MATLAB to be used in numerical studies. Now I will talk about hydraulics laboratory staff. There are 6 full-time faculty members and 6 research assistants and 3 technicians in our hydraulics laboratory. Let's move on with the experimental study areas of hydraulics laboratory. In our laboratory, there are so many different kind of topics related with hydraulics which have been studying from past now. For example, sediment transport, hydraulic modeling of various structures, fluid transit in pipe systems, hydraulic characteristic of weirs and air-water interaction in hydraulic structures can be given as an example for our studies. And on the other hand, our laboratory researchers also conduct many different kind of numerical studies. These studies are mainly concentrated on performance of renewable energy systems, optimization of hydro systems, turbulence models, dam break analysis and flow mapping, and also numerical investigation of fluid transits in pressurized pipe systems. In here, you can see that there are 2 figures which are resulted from the 3 different numerical studies of our Master of Science students. Also in here, you can see the mesh generation process for the numerical studies of offshore wind turbine. And finally, you can see there are some courses which are offered by a hydraulics laboratory. With these courses, you can learn some basic and specific aspects of the hydraulics, and these courses form a basis to understand your research. And finally, I want to say that we'll look forward to seeing you at our laboratory. Thank you for kind attention.
Thank you. Now we go to Water Resources Division.
Okay, here you can see the lovely picture of our building. And in Water Resources Laboratory, we have 5 faculty members and 4 teaching assistants, including me. And this is how we do in our lab, we develop optimum operational strategies for hydropower plants, and we use, GIS and remote sensing application to monitor, manage, and plan water resources. You can see the snow-covered area and snow water equivalent. And we conduct climate change impact studies, and we conduct research about snow hydrology. And we analyze the data supported by machine learning, and we obtain hydrometeorological predictions, and we conduct research about renewable energy, for example, hydropower, wind, and solar. And we carry out the research about extreme events like flood and drought. You can see the modeling of flood and drought analysis by a standard precipitation index, and you can see the picture of a saline lake obtained by the remote sensing, and we determine the surface water groundwater interaction by changing the electrical conductivity in a water. And these are the another two examples of the remote sensing application in our lab. You can see the agricultural crop classification, and you can see the illumination, cloud, and snow images. Okay, how we do all this? We do hydrological modeling, hydrological models. We use atmospheric models. We use programming languages, and we use climate models based on the Cortex database, and we use GIS and remote sensing. In addition to that, we have hardwares to measure electrical conductivity and snow depth and density. You can see the electromagnetic induction and groundwater ground penetrating radar in the picture. And this is our faculty member, Dr. Zuhal Akrek. And you can see the recent project of our laboratory. Let me wait here a little bit. And you can see the course offered by our laboratory. The course on the left is with courses with 4 code, and on the right is 5 codes. As a master student, you can take a 4 code course and 5 code course, but as a PhD student, you have to take a 5 or above level courses. If you want to join, welcome to the club. You can have more information from our website, or you can just email me by using this email address. Thank you.
Thank you, Burak. Now we are going to go to Coastal Engineering Division. Cüneyt Hocam.
So I hope you see my screen. So this is our laboratory. Well, we have been teaching coastal and ocean engineering since '64, and you see the team. We are 3 part-time, 3 full-time members. We have 2 assistants and 1 technician, and we have the project and management assistants. So where we are close to the K4 building and the environmental engineering building. So what we do is that undergrad and graduate courses, research studies in MS and PhD levels, and projects, so that with many partners from all over the world, and then we work with the private sector and also the governmental institutions. So what we study is the major interests are the wind waves, tsunamis, how do they interact with the structures, the sediment, the seabed, the pollution, offshore engineering, sea level rise, and the marine hazards. So these are our interests. Where you see the courses, well, we have the 4 coded and the 5 coded courses, like the graduate courses, so that you can find this information on our website. And you see here the laboratory. So we have many equipment to be used in our experiments. We have the large basin, a wave flume, and then a basin again, and a small flume that we use for our courses, especially in undergrad courses. So what we do else is that, well, you see some videos from our experiments. which are actually right now not working very well, so that we also use the tools that in-house licensed open source tools that we use, and then we again work with them to study our problems in coastal and ocean engineering. So hope to see you among us in future. So I would like to thank you. So for more information, you can just send us email or just visit our website.
Thank you. Now, Materials Division, Meltem will present.
Okay. Hello. I am Meltem Tanguler Bayramtan. I am a research assistant in the Materials of Construction Division, and I would like to briefly introduce our division to you. We have 4 faculty members in our division: Dr. Özgür Yaman, Dr. Çağla Meral Akgül, Dr. Sinan Turan Erdoğan, and Dr. Serdar Göktepe. Along with our instructors, there are 6 research assistants and 2 technicians in our division. And there are approximately 15 to 30 graduate students at any time in our division. Actually, we have a big laboratory with a history of nearly 60 years, and it includes a wide variety of testing machines with different capacities. Well, what are we dealing with as Construction Materials Division? For example, characterization of existing materials. We investigate mechanical, physical, or chemical properties of materials. Analysis of materials or structures with computational, chemo, or thermomechanics. In addition to existing materials, development of novel materials with more sustainable, better technical properties, and lower cost. Many graduate courses are offered in our division. During your graduate education, you can choose from these courses, or you can take courses from other divisions of civil engineering or different departments. If you are a master's student, in addition to courses I just mentioned, you can take up to 2 of the 4th-year elective courses shown in this slide, of course. Actually, up to now, over 150 students have completed MS or PhD thesis in this division. You can access these thesis abstracts of these students on the webpage of our department. But as examples of the current active research topic, environmentally friendly, sustainable materials, smart and functional materials, to development of cement and concrete samples with special properties, use of waste materials can be given. In addition to experimental research, our division conducts research on the theoretical and computational mechanics of solid materials. To get more detailed information about our division, you can contact our instructors. You can find the contact information on the department's webpage. Lastly, I want to say we are happy to see those who want to improve themselves in this field among us. Thank you, Hocam.
Thank you. Now, Transportation Division, Hande Hocam.
If it's okay, today I'm going to introduce you our division, Transportation Engineering. In our division, we have 2 subdivisions, different than the other fields. One of the focuses in our division is pavement engineering. The other focus is traffic engineering. Dr. Güler and me, Hande Işık Öztürk, we have a focus on pavement engineering, and Dr. Yaman has a focus on the traffic engineering. What we are working on, Dr. Güler has an expertise on the pavement materials and design and performance testing and modeling, pavement geotechnics, instrumentation, measurement, and geosynthetic materials. And if you came to my focus on the research, I work with bituminous materials, I work on flexible and rigid pavement design, maintenance and rehabilitation. And also I have an expertise on non-destructive and destructive testing. Plus I do lots of performance modeling in my research. On the other hand, Dr. Tüde Şaman, she's the only traffic engineering in our division. Her expertise is on intelligent transportation systems, smart cities and mobility, high-speed rail transportation, network traffic modeling and optimization, traffic safety, accident investigation, and also she works on the transport emissions. Since we have two different focuses, when I'm introducing our courses, I grouped them into two as payment engineering related courses and traffic engineering related courses. All of our courses are updated regularly based on the advances in our fields. We keep those courses updated all the time. And if we came to our facility is approximately 400 meters square. We have one advanced material characterization part, and also we have transportation research center. In the advanced highway material characterization, we have capability to run all the experiments that you can guess of. Also, we have the capabilities of non-destructive testing in our laboratory. Not only we guide the students in these laboratories or in the center, also we work with the industry, we develop new products, we perform auxiliary designs for the industry. Hope you'll have chance to see our research more closer if you decided to work with us. And these are some selected funded projects from the last 5 years, some of which are funded by Turkish Scientific Foundation, some of them are funded by Higher Education Council, and there are some EU projects listed in here. Again, I grouped them into payment engineering and traffic engineering. Here I want to highlight our recent research. We are going to be the only laboratory in Turkey to be testing asphalt chemistry. And to be honest, we own one of the largest laboratories in Turkey on asphalt material characterization. What else we have? We like to publish, and we expect you to publish if you work with us. And our target is for the master students at least to publish 1 paper. And if you're a PhD, we expect you to publish more. And these are our latest journal papers from the recent 3 years. And hopefully you will work with me or with the other faculty members, and we will publish more, and hopefully we will get more projects. And that's it from me. And at the end, we'll be glad to answer your questions related with our lab. Thank you, Necan Hocam.
Thank you, Hande Hocam. Now the last presentation will be Geotechnical Engineering Division. Our division is composed of 7 faculty members and 8 research assistants. We have Professor Sadık Bakır, Önder Çetin, Erdal Çokça, and Zeynep Gülerce, with Onur Pekcan, Necan Huvaj, that's me, and Kartal Toker. 7 faculty members compose our division. We have a variety of courses you can take as a master and PhD student. In master's and PhD levels, we have 2 compulsory courses every student are supposed to take: 563 Advanced Soil Mechanics 1, Advanced Soil Mechanics 2, and other courses are depending on your specialization field. You can study about geotechnical laboratory techniques, earthquake ground motions, environmental geotechnics, and other topics. We have a variety of courses in our division. Furthermore, master students can take 2 courses, maximum 2 courses from the 400 level offered courses. There are, of course, other courses here: ground improvement, dam behavior and safety, soil dynamics, and computer applications are some examples. So our students can take a variety of courses to form their background in this field. We have a total laboratory area of 500 meters square, including a controlled temperature and humidity rooms. Variety of testing equipments are available, some of which are listed here. Conventional triaxial testing units, where we use them for the teaching of classes. We have an automated triaxial testing unit and an expansive machine in the lower right figure that is mainly used for research. 4 direct shear machines, large direct shear test setup, which can test specimens of 30 centimeter by 30 centimeter size, This is not widely available in Turkey and around the world, which can also test geosynthetic materials. We have 16 one-dimensional consolidation machines, weighing apparatus, unconfined compression tests, and various size of tanks where you can do some model testing in them. We have also a variety of software available in our division. We also use the computer laboratories in our department. Some of the research fields, of course, I'm going to highlight only some of them. You can get further information from the web pages of our faculty members. Some of the topics are geotechnical earthquake engineering. This includes soil liquefaction, engineering seismology, seismic hazard analysis, ground motion models, and other related topics. We do carry out two-dimensional and three-dimensional numerical modeling of a variety of problems in geotechnical engineering, including slope stability, embankment dams, their static and dynamic behavior of, for example, earth and rock fill dams. Expansive soils, there has been a lot of thesis and accumulated experience in our department about swelling soils and laboratory testing in micro scale. We study stabilization of soils by waste materials such as fly ash and other materials. Soil stabilization by bacterial cementation and unsaturated soils are other expertise fields in our area. Geotechnical testing systems and new laboratory testing equipment development are also studied. Further topics are geosynthetics, anything to do with landslides, or offshore geotechnical engineering, or software development, machine learning applications, and recently unmanned air vehicles, their usage in site survey and damage assessment, and 3D visualization of geotechnical sites. This concludes my presentation. Now we will be open to questions from the audience.